up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy Mano.
Yep.
And what a pleasant surprise. N.O.R.E is in the building.
Yes.
Man, in New York. I feel like I don't see you here ever anymore. Like
I travel a lot,
we see.
I kind of like seen the world, and I saw the world working.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get it. I didn't get to enjoy Paris. Like I've been to Paris. I've been number one in Paris. I was number one in Poland. I was number one in all these places, and I was there working. You know what I mean? So now I get to go back to these places. Like I'm going to the Amalfi Coast in August. Going to Capri. Like now I'm getting to see these places with my lovely wife and enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dope.
like heaven could be hell if you don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I experienced with Capone and Noriega and N.O.R.E and doing the reggaeton, traveling all over it, and it's just like what, I wanted to work hard to where I could stay home and I could actually I didn't get a chance to be in all of my kids' lives when it was coming up in the 90s because I had to work, you know what I'm saying? And I had a manager who installed that into me, was like, work first, you know what I'm saying? Chris Lighty. And so now I got a chance to kind of stay stationary, you know what I mean? And, be a better husband, be a better father,
Y'all be living your best life, too. I love to see it.
I love, but my wife showed me how to live.
Yeah,
it's crazy as it is.
She's amazing.
It was one night I was in Paris, and I was just miserable. And she was like, "Who's miserable in Paris?" Right. And I was just like, "What?" And she was like, "We're going to Champs-Élysées, and we're gonna go shopping, and we're not going to McDonald's. We're going to the nice restaurants.
Right.
That's what all we knew New Yorkers.
Right.
So I'm living my life. But I just want y'all to know I'm running the New York City Marathon.
Wow.
I'm gonna do that next time.
Yes, I'm doing the New York City Marathon.
What?
I'm very scared. And
What is it?
You used to run with me.
I know.
You used to
So
run
me
with
and N.O.R.E used to be on the same team.
Yes,
we had
that's
this
right.
running competition,
Yep.
and we actually won the competition
Yes,
in the
really?
last
heavy
minute.
hitters. We used to
Yeah.
be-
How long was the run?
Well, we used to do a 100-mile competition. So everybody, if she do 5 miles, I do 5 miles, and whoever team gets the 100 miles first wins.
I could tell, you could tell that was instilled in him because every morning he would I'd be like, I'm on the air, N.O.R.E, I can't run right now. He'd be like, did you run today? Did you run today, sis? I'm like, N.O.R.E, I got to work first. I can't,
Right.
But that was amazing. And to see you really got into the running, you kept it going.
N.O.R.E hit me one day, was like, "Yo, come run with me, man." I said, "What time?" He said, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's Friday, going into a Saturday. When we get up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much addicted to it. I took it up as a hobby. You know what I mean? And it's a hobby that makes me a better, they saying I'm looking younger. They saying I'm,
You got
I'm
the
looking slimmer.
cornrows,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, grew my hair out. You know what I mean? People think it's fake, but it's not. It's no way you could be. But yeah. So I got the run champs out there. We formed a running crew. And it's just like I just wanted to be a better version of myself. You know what I'm saying? And have fun doing it. I know it sounds stupid, but when I look at DJ Khaled and I see him playing golf and I see how happy that kind of makes him, I kind of got jealous and I was like, I needed something. And to tell you the truth, jogging is my hobby. It's like something that like right now, if I was really, really on it, I would jog to my hotel from here. But it's not really a floss because my hotel's around the block.
Oh, yeah, that's not a floss.
Yeah, so it's not a floss. But usually, remember, y'all used to be all the way downtown.
Right.
That was used to be
You
my
would've did
dream.
that?
Yeah, that's been my dream. To go from one radio station, do my promo run. When I do the promo
really
run,
running.
Do an actual promo
I'm
run.
gonna actually do a promo run.
I
I'm
like
gonna go
that.
from each station to each station. No Uber, no cab, no bike.
Straight.
Just straight
Right.
running
So
around.
you're running in your running gear
Yep.
and everything. Do
Yep.
the interview with
Yep.
yeah.
Well, and I of course, got to mention you got your own network now.
Yes. I got my own network, Drink Champs Network. Me, EFN, Randy Acker, and Biggs. Biggs from Rockefeller. We
Right.
all came together, four headsmen, and we signed Memphis Bleak. We got Bleak. His
It's
podcast.
already going up.
It's doing great.
Yeah.
It's doing no controversy. You know what I'm saying? And then Jay-Z just co-signed that he can have Source Money on. So a lot of people don't this is the first time Source Money is gonna
Yes.
talk. And people
right.
want to know that the
We
early
wanna know.
Rockefeller days.
Yes.
We got Angela Simmons. We wrapping hers up. We just did her on Run Champs. And we got a couple of more things that we want to do. Everybody who signs to us, they own their own material. material. You know what I mean? We're
That's
just
important.
pretty much. I don't want to preach what I'm not living. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I live, and if this is how I do my own business, I have to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if people are asking to own it or not, when you do business with me, I gotta do the right thing because I want you to brag about me. I want you to be like, yo, he made me $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And I own my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like I want that. So I'm trying to do business. We also think almost there signing penalty recordings, which is the label that I was signed to.
Right.
We're in negotiations with that. So we're negotiating
so
with
dope.
a lot
That's
of people.
dope, man.
And again, I just want put people in position because right now, this is the first time hip hop is going to control hip hop media. You know what I mean?
And listen, and we got to mention this viral moment.
Oh yeah, Swizz Beatz.
All the time that comes across my timeline where I was guest hosting with you. This was in New York.
Yes.
It was a hot day because
Yeah.
I remember I was sweaty. I was like, I want to go home and change. You were like, nah, just come. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
We interviewed Swizz, and here's what happened.
In life, we gotta face our poison in order to poise on. Because you know you was born from your mother and you a poised son. You understand? That was hard. Like what we gonna get to in this record is serious, right? And a lot of people wanna like run from the poison or secretly fuck with it.
Now,
Yes.
it goes viral for a few different things. Number one, people are like, what is he talking about?
Yes. No one knows what he's talking about. I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Number two, I just kind of looked away and laughed a little.
Right.
But
And I co-signed it.
Sip.
Your
co-signing.
cosign
Word. That's hard.
was incredible.
Word.
I'm gonna
Like,
be honest with you.
Why you do that?
I get that from Raekwon. If you ever have a conversation with, let me tell you something. If you ever speak to Raekwon and Raekwon don't go, then you ain't having a good conversation, right? So I had just left Raekwon, and Raekwon is I just always act like Ray after I leave Ray. I'm just sorry, right? So what a lot of people don't know was Swizz had threw out a record that day with Drake and Busta. I don't know if y'all remember that. That thing got taken down that same minute. Like that, it went up. It was way up.
And then
And
way
then
out.
it went way out. That record got erased. So I guess Swizz had just got the call like, yo, Drake and them people took the record down. Blase, 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 whoop-de-whoop. So Swizz comes on our show, and he starts drinking, and he goes ham.
Yep.
We were smart enough to know that we have a relationship with Drake. There was people asked us to take things out. We said, cool, we did it. But then 2 weeks later, Swizz said the same exact thing on live with Busta Rhymes.
Right.
So I always regretted editing that because sometimes when you edit something, that you said it in your heart, but so you want to fix it, but you didn't fix it because you edited it.
And also might not have been him wanting to edit it. Sometimes your people too on your team are very cautious. And so they're like, can we take this part out? He was a little tipsy when he was talking about it. Because as I recall, he was saying he did Fancy.
Right.
For
Drake.
For Drake. And then he owed him a favor in return.
Yeah.
And
he never did it. Yeah.
And Drake never did the favor.
And he never did it.
That's
So he was explaining that. But then he kept drinking. And then that's when this poison thing came because he tried to like make sense afterwards. After he like, and by the way, at the moment he did make sense to me.
Right, it felt like it was hard. Pause.
And then when I look back at it, I was like, oh my god.
Because your reaction wasn't even just like, oh, that's how you made the nasty face. Like
because to tell you the truth, geniuses they get away with a lot of things. Like if we didn't have the internet, he would have got clearly away.
Yeah, that would have been
away with that.
It'd have been a moment that
it would have been a moment
forgotten.
because you don't doubt a genius, and Swizz is a genius. You know what I'm saying? So like he's a real genius, but boy was that not a genius moment. Though.
Well, listen, you gotta come back and really have a real.
Yes,
and we gotta
go
on
Drink Champs and drink
and
with
talk
that.
crazy.
We're gonna drink sake.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love sake.
Yes, I'm a heavily sake guy. RZA had put me on to that.
I love
and
sake.
I've been on heavily sake ever since. Thank you guys,
well,
man.
we appreciate you, N.O.R.E. And again, I just had such great memories and moments with you. So I can imagine anybody on your network is going to understand doing business with you is like, it's fun, but it's also
big business. I'm gonna get
trustworthy on the business side.
That's right. Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. N.O.R.E. for dropping by. Surprise. And when we come back, speaking of Swizz, Scarlett is going to be joining us. She's got her project that's out right now, Scar Before Fame. It's way up.